In the tranquil enclave of Willowbrook, where time seemed to suspend its relentless march, I walked through life as Tristan. Depression had wrapped its heavy chains around me, casting a shadow that swallowed even the faintest glimmers of joy. Loneliness was my constant companion, and motivation had become an abstract concept lost in the void. College days blurred together in a haze of disinterest and detachment. I watched the world move around me, a silent observer of life's moments while I stood frozen in my own. Laughter echoed in the corridors. Friendships bloomed like flowers, yet I remained on the outskirts, disconnected from the vibrancy that once defined me. And then, one ordinary day, amid the sea of unfamiliar faces, she entered my life. Mia. Her name alone held a melody, a delicate whisper that stirred something within me. She sat at the back of the lecture hall, her presence unassuming yet magnetic. Our meeting felt like destiny's gentle nudge, as if the universe had taken notice of my silent plea for solace. We were paired for a group project, and in those early interactions, I sensed an inexplicable connection. Her voice was a soothing symphony, her laughter a chime that broke through my desolate bubble. As days turned into weeks, our conversations deepened. We shared stories that held fragments of our souls, and in her presence the fog that had shrouded my spirit began to lift. She had a way of illuminating the beauty in the ordinary, finding joy in the mundane. Mia was like a painter who dipped her brush in the colors of life and painted the world around her with laughter and warmth. She would recount tales of her adventures, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm, and for those moments the weight of my depression felt a little lighter. With her, I felt alive again, as if my heart had awakened from a long slumber. We explored the town together, discovering hidden cafes and serene spots that felt like secrets shared between just us. Her smile held the promise of sunrises after endless nights, and her eyes held stories that begged to be told. But as the days wore on, an invisible wall began to form between us. It was a wall built from my growing feelings and the realization that Mia's presence was gradually mending my shattered spirit. I cherished every moment, every stolen glance, yet I knew deep down that the depths of my emotions were mine alone. And then, like a gust of wind extinguishing a flickering candle, I learned the truth. Mia's heart already belonged to someone else. She was in love, her affections reserved for another. The revelation struck like a dagger to my already fragile heart, a fresh wound atop existing scars. The world that had started to regain its colors now drained of all hues, leaving behind only shades of gray. Each encounter with Mia became both a solace and a torment. The warmth of her friendship mingled with the sting of knowing that I could never be the recipient of her love. I couldn't escape the constant reminder of her feelings for another. Her eyes would light up at the mere mention of his name. Her smiles became radiant whenever he was near. Each time she recounted a memory they shared, it felt like a melody that only they could dance to, leaving me a silent spectator. It was a symphony of contrasts within me. The joy of having her in my life battling against the agony of knowing that she'd never be mine. But I persevered, clutching onto our friendship even as the undercurrents of unrequited love grew stronger. Mia, it's time, I whispered to myself as I stood at the precipice of letting go. I knew that her happiness was worth more than my pain, and so, with a heavy heart and a bittersweet smile, I stepped back into the shadows, my unspoken love a secret that would remain buried within me. As time went on, the depth of my feelings for Mia remained unchanged. Yet, with a heavy heart, I understood that her emotions were beyond her control, just as mine were beyond mine. In the quiet moments of contemplation, I saw the sadness in her eyes, a reflection of the pain she too felt in not being able to reciprocate my affection. And so, I carried on, an invisible scar etched upon my heart, a testament to a love that had no resolution. I stepped back into the shadows, holding onto the fragments of our friendship that I could salvage. The echoes of unspoken desires reverberated within me, a reminder of the uncharted territories of the heart. The world continued to turn, and I walked forward, my steps a blend of resilience and acceptance. The symphony of unrequited love played on, its haunting notes a melody that would forever linger in the corridors of my mind.